Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to Alien Addict on a very explosive evening. Because it's explosive, because we've had all this popping of balloons, Chinese balloons. I went to China, didn't see any of those. Anyway, without further ado, let's bring my explosive friends on. Lee.
Howdy.
I'm loving how the blue is matching the blue. It's almost like ray tracing. That's the wrong channel.
It is, but I look like well green. I'd like to look like a human being.
Yeah, now you look. I like that. I like the blue.
I'll do. How you doing?
I'll put a poll up. I'm good, mate. I'm good. You?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, I'm good.
Good, man.
The evening's got away from me, and then I realised about half an hour ago, shit, we're doing this.
Got rid of the Alien Addict. It's just Ollie and Lee.
I know, yeah. Well,
it's our channel, so
I don't feel like I'm invading it anymore.
No. Speaking of invaders.
Speaking of invasions, here I am to invade it. I feel like a thorn between two roses.
I will just quickly, speaking of invasions, Sunday show, Lee's show, guys.
This one.
It's going to be 9 p.m. GMT, 4 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you check this one out this Sunday.
I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be fun.
Somebody told me he's got a very special guest on.
Who?
An alien. No, you ain't got a special guest on. Sorry.
No, I haven't got guests. I haven't got as far as guests yet.
You've had some crazy guests on Must See Audio. I want you to get the Scientologist guy back on.
I don't think you come on YouTube.
Well, we could record it like within blurred and not live.
Mm-hmm. I get in touch with that. Was a really good interview. That I really.
Do you know what?
That.
You'll have to dig it out, and we could just bang it on YouTube.
Yeah. If you want to.
Yeah, we've just your face. Yeah, like that. Just like that. Yeah. Hidden, what you been doing this week? What you been reporting on?
Not a lot. There hasn't been a lot, and it seems like within the last hour or so, it's kind of got interested again in the world of UFOs or balloons, whatever you want to say.
Lee's just told me right now because I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy with my little boy.
Transfer piece of shit.
And well, whatever you stance on it, it's just a good game. I don't care about all that nonsense. It's just a game. It's just a game. I know it's Harry Potter. It's harmless.
I love Flirtatious Ace.
And I missed out on what's just happened.
Well, to me, I just feel it's kind of wrong now in this world where your opinions, they wage war upon your opinions. Aren't we allowed to? What happened to freedom of speech? Grow something, because you're going to get offended, and we as individuals are allowed to have our opinions. It might differ from other people, but it's our opinions, and we value them. And because she spoke out on something, now it's rage war and boycott her.
Oh no, I won't get on to JK. I'll just say that I'm on about the balloon now.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I'm not well, man, and I'm going to smoke a joint. So
Hidden,
be quiet.
I agree with every word you just said.
Yeah, I do as well. To be fair,
yeah.
Just keep it. It's just a game. It's just a bloody game, people. Whatever.
Okay.
Don't take everything serious that everybody says on Twitter.
A bit like the balloons. No, I'm playing.
And people can have opinions. Not everybody's going to get on in this world. That's why we're human.
Yeah.
But the great thing is to learn to value each other's opinions, wrong or right, because we can all learn from both sides.
Exactly. But yeah, what I was saying is, while I was playing Harry Potter, lo and behold, another balloon's just been popped.
So we think.
Have you got them headlines? Oh, you've sent me it, Hidden. I'm going to share it. I have not actually seen it. So this is a live reaction for me and Lee anyway.
Please don't be porn.
Please don't be the cat video.
Share screen.
If the cat video comes up, guys, this is all Ollie, not me.
There we
Nothing
go.
to do with me.
There we go. We got it. Can you hear audio?
Another aircraft.
Yeah.
Yep. Beautiful.
Another aircraft of some sort, airship, balloon, something was shot down today.
Why is Bob Geldof sat next to her?
Circumstances. Was the president directly involved in ordering this? And is wreckage being recovered?
Okay, so I'm going to try. Remind me if I forget something. Yes, the president absolutely was involved in this decision. He ordered it at the recommendation of Pentagon leaders. He wanted it taken down, and they did that. They did it using fighter aircraft assigned to U.S. Northern Command. The Pentagon will have more to say about the details of this later on this afternoon. It's only just within the last hour. We're calling this an object because that's the best description we have right now. We do not know who owns it, whether it's state-owned or corporate-owned or privately owned. We just don't know. We don't know. So I said state-owned. We don't know if it's state-owned. And we don't understand the full purpose. We don't have any information that would confirm a stated purpose for this object. We do expect to be able to recover the debris since it fell not only within our territorial space, but on what we believe is frozen water. So a recovery effort will be made, and we're hopeful that it'll be successful, and then we can learn a little bit more about it.
Was its appearance like the Chinese aircraft?
No, it was much smaller than the spy balloon
Tic
that
Tac
we took down
shaped.
last Saturday. The way it was described to me was roughly the size of a small car, as opposed to a payload that was like 2 or 3 buses size, right? So much smaller, and not of the same, no significant payload, if you will.
And lastly, is it now the policy of
How would you know
the
there's no
United States that
significant
if
payload, it's just
unidentified
blown
aircraft
up?
are over U.S. territory,
And you haven't recovered
that
it.
it is likely the
Exactly.
president will choose to shoot it
The
down?
president
And as
will
far as the
always
size,
act
the
in
size
best
doesn't matter
interest of our
because you could
national
have a
security
swimming
and in
pool
the
full
safety and security
of
American
cotton
people.
wool or a shoebox full of Semtex. The shoebox full of Semtex, regardless of size, is the more important of those two things.
I mean, how do they know there's no payload? Just because they look through the binoculars or telescope or whatever they're looking through to see it.
I don't.
Could be a very small payload. Maybe the payload is the gas that's inside it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think this is necessarily like, although it is a UFO, because we don't know, because it was unknown and it was flying and it's definitely an object. I don't think it's our type of UFOs. I also find it very handy that this doesn't seem to have happened before until the one flew over the other day, which could have just been a weather balloon as well, which had gone off course. That's happened before. I think didn't something like that happen over Canada where there was a US one went awry, didn't it, and flew somewhere else? I can't remember.
We need somebody in from the US.
We do.
Rich.
But to me, I would be surprised if this wasn't put out there, because the first thing he wanted to make sure is that people knew that Biden had something to do with it. So
yeah,
when asked questions, it can now be said, yeah, well, we took decisive action, and
the president was quick to act.
We can quick.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, because with the Chinese balloon, it didn't seem to be that quick to act.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I'm not convinced that the only thing old Sleepy Joe does quickly is sniff young people. But I don't know. It just seems like a fluff piece. Yeah, Seems like a fluff piece. Or it's an invasion. Maybe it's an invasion.
Well, a lot of conspiracy theories believe that the Project Bluebeam fake alien invasion is about to start, even though I don't buy into it. What's your guys' thoughts on that?
On Bluebeam?
Well, the fake alien invasion. I believe that Bluebeam is very real.
It's definitely real. They've got the tech to do that type of stuff. But I mean, could they pull it off?
Well,
No, I don't think they could.
From the knowledge that I have, is that they were testing out Bluebeam technology during the Gulf War. And the plan was to put a prophet, I don't want to say his name because it causes problems, but their plans was to beam a prophet in the sky. But the only problem they had with that was the sound. So bring it a bit forward now, and I don't know if you guys remember a story about the talking billboards. I believe they premiered in London. Yeah, I mean in New York.
Yeah, it was for wasn't it a promotional thing for a horror film? So when people were walking past this billboard, they felt like it was whispering to them.
Yeah, but the thing about it is when you yes, but when you look at it, also what they said to you was they couldn't tell what direction the whispers were coming from. It was like it was inside their head, in their ear. Yeah. You know, like when somebody talks, you can tell it's coming from the left or you can tell it's from the right. They thought it was coming from within. Now, as soon as I saw them making that technology, I thought you couple that up with Project Bluebeam, and you got it.
There you go. Heather, channel member, an awesome UFO lady.
Hello, Heather.
She's got a great tattoo on her neck of a UFO.
Yeah.
I think, Lee, come on, help me out with the reading.
I think they just shot. I think the thing they shot down over. So I've got my camera in the way of the screen. It's all.
I know it's Alaska.
Alaska is just the beginning of a false flag event, but we'll see. Absolutely, there is no. The other thing I was wondering is whether the Bloom 1 and 2 now are just another way of trying to perpetuate this. Well, the fucking beginning of World War III, I suppose.
See, I don't know, because I think they had to get forward on this, because how I looked on with the balloon. Now, China did come out and say it is their balloon. They admitted it's their balloon, yeah? This balloon was allowed to come in and go so far through American defense, the air defense system, and virtually undetected.
Yeah.
Now, that speaks volumes.
Do you believe it was undetected, though? I don't believe it was undetected.
Yeah, I don't buy that either.
You don't buy it? What makes you not buy it?
Because, I mean, the US, the tech they have, I think is way ahead of most of us.
Oh, that's the I watch a lot of old time battle things, war stories, and one was about in Rome when they were going to be set by I forgot who it was, but what they did was they didn't have enough cannons to put them off. So what they did is they got them to mold cannons out of clay and still put them up there, had guys standing with them. So for every 10 cannon, only one really worked. And this, when the raiders turned up and saw these cannons, they were frightened to test the powers. So what if it's all smoke and mirrors?
Could be. Yeah.
What if they're saying that they are really equipped, but the greed of government, the greed of the black budget? What if they don't have exactly what they're saying they got?
I mean,
this is the
radar, though.
Yeah.
Radar's not infallible. Look at the drug cartel. They fly below the radar to stay out of the radar.
Yeah,
we don't know how high this thing was flying, because if it is a weather balloon, it's going to be way up there to monitor. Well, theoretically, it don't have to be, does it?
See, the other thing I thought was weird about this, and I'm sure somebody can correct me in the chat about this if I'm just speaking nonsense. If it was like a Chinese spy balloon, as we're calling it, having massive big Chinese letters scrawled across the side of it isn't ideal.
Did
that
it
doesn't
have
make
Chinese
sense.
letters on the side?
Yeah.
I didn't see.
I didn't see any letters.
It had writing on the side of it, I'm sure.
Did it?
Yeah.
I didn't see any.
I'm just.
I don't
I
think
saw-
that's the balloon, to be honest, Ollie.
I
I
think it
saw-
is.
I
That's
don't
like
think-
the H. That's the. Well, that was the
I-
highest res one I could find. Maybe
I
it
don't-
isn't. Maybe I
yeah,
just liked it for the thumbnail.
I don't think that's it, because I think the if I'm right, the section underneath it is, I think it's like two pieces, because it looked a little bit like the ISS, to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say it looked like a satellite.
Yeah,
Maybe it is the ISS.
So
maybe.
you don't know how many people believe that's what the ISS is on. But anyways, a low orbit, they say. But anyways,
Yeah.
With the satellites, I thought that as well. I thought it looked like a satellite, and there was also talk. I don't know if you guys have heard this one, but there was also talk that there was they could have had that thing could have had some sort of jamming frequency.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the thing is for me, especially with this video, I mean, the reason why I wanted to do what's that? Ask Rich. He's the video expert. He is when it comes to video, Lee, and cameras, he knows what he's talking about. Can't argue with that man. Check that video out. You might know, check that video out. You might know what we're talking about. You might have to skip to about 1 minute, 1 hour 15. Bless him. Well, what a day that was. Didn't sleep for about 3 nights. There's a lot of people that have been saying that the Tic Tac tech, the drone, is possibly China's.
Tic Tac's an easy word to say, isn't it?
And yeah, that's it. It's actually in the thumbnail. The title that Chinese balloon tech versus Tic Tac tech.
Say it 5 times fast.
Tic Tac tech, Tic Tac tech, Tic Tac. No, I'm not doing that. Saying that is possibly China's or somebody else's, because the US is saying it's not ours. Now, if let's just say that is somebody else's, why would they just send a big balloon with a satellite attached to it?
Well, balloons,
if they do have that tech.
Oh, if they've got Tic Tac tech.
If they've got a Tic Tac that could just go like that, shoot in, hover, surveillance, and then bugger off.
Do you know what? More and more, and this goes onto the Project Bluebeam thing as well.
You're gonna have Corbell's back again, aren't you? Yeah.
If we get this back into not necessarily. I'm not even convinced that it's real.
The balloon,
the Tac,
the Tic Tac's possibly not real.
What have we got? What have we got as far as the Tic Tac goes? Like all I've done, like for my entire life, since 9/11, pretty much is when like my proper conspiratorial wheels started turning. And I've had a healthy distrust for any form of government ever since. So all the stuff we're swallowing from about the Tic Tac and the gimbal and stuff like that, it's all government stuff that's come out. Do you know what I mean? So I've no reason to believe that as I have to believe anything else that comes out of any government.
Here.
Yeah, I think you've got. It's a smart thing to be skeptical about the evidence that we've got of these things being crafts that can do crazy maneuvers, because I don't think the evidence is there. I mean, as much, and I will say this, David Fravor, when I first saw him on Fox News, I thought it looked like a deer in headlights. And for anybody who's not seen that interview, go back and look at that. And also go back and look at the first interview on TTSA, because there's so many cuts to that. It's very strange. But then when you see him on Joe Rogan, you see him on Lax Friedman. He's very he sells the story well.
Yeah, he also enjoys telling it. You can tell. Yeah, he's become. And I'm not calling the man a liar, because I just simply don't know that he's telling.
No,
the
I'm
truth
not. I
or
like
not.
him. I think he's. He seems like
no. I've got no reason to like him. I've got no reason to trust him. I've got no reason to distrust him. Or there's no. I've really got no bias when it comes to the man. I do find it strange when people have that grin talking about a story, though. You know, the orange, all orange sweets are the best.
Orange Tic Tacs. I just
Yeah,
love the
all-
coating of a Tic Tac. Lick it. Just lick the coat.
All right, it's a bit weird.
Sorry,
Um,
can't help it.
yeah, I think it's weird how much you enjoy telling the story. Like you go, if you're a defense guy, that's essentially blowing the whistle on the fact that there's something floating about that there's nothing anyone can do about. And he seems to really, really relish telling the story.
Yeah.
It's just odd. I don't know.
It-
Do we? I mean, that's the thing. Do we trust Lou Elizondo as well?
Well, we've made enough videos about him. But I mean,
see, my opinion with Lou is, I want to trust him.
yeah,
because he's done a lot of smart moves. Like I think what made me, and I don't like none of these guys. It's not that I don't like them. I think they're grifters. But Lou, he distanced himself from To the Stars Academy.
Yes.
Now, everybody who should, I don't know how to put this, so I'll just say it. I was taught straight. To the Stars Academy was a grift from the get-go. It promised so much. It promised so much and delivered absolutely nothing. Well, he got 13 million to set that up.
Yeah.
13 million. You know what I mean? And look what he's tweeting now. He's tweeting old known fake videos, just like Uri Geller.
What happened to this?
Yeah, what happened to it? What happened to it, mate? But you're producing books and stuff. It's big. That annoys me the most, because 13 million, and then you published a book using that money to make more money. It's a grift. And that was the biggest move for me in Lou, was him distancing himself from that. Just wiping his hands. He just said, look, man.
Was that the case, or was Lou placed there? Was Lou supposed to be that guy at TTSA, and then a few things went a little bit pear-shaped. Maybe a certain person didn't get into
he couldn't deliver
into the White House, and that's where it all went salty.
No. See, I believe that whatever they have on the UFOs, they're never going to release it. They'll give us bullshit and this and that, but they're not going to release the truth. They ain't. It's not going to happen unless you get somebody like maybe Kennedy. Kennedy probably would have said something, because he was open about the Illuminati. So if there was something there, he was going to say something.
Yeah, and look what happened there.
Many people believe that he got assassinated because he was going to open up. He was going to cut the rough. But that's another thing. Let's get back to, let's say, Lou. Now, I think what Lou wants to do, he doesn't want to work with the government. He's using his government relationship, but he doesn't want to work with him. He wants to work independently. And the independent field, there's no money. Unless you're rich already, there's no money. You don't seem a rich man.
I disagree. I think he's essentially still working for the government. I don't think he's doing what he's supposed to do. I think what he's doing now is his current mission.
Well, what exactly is he doing? Because I'm not schooled on him.
I think there is a concerted effort right now for some reason. Again, others. I don't know for what end, but there is a concerted effort right now to make Joe Public, not the sort of people in the chat here or watching any live streams like this, to be honest.
My mom,
your mom, my dad, the viewers of the Joe Rogan Experience and Lex Friedman. There is a concerted effort to make them believe that US airspace is being infiltrated with impunity by vehicles that might not be of this earth. That's weird, but that's the narrative that is being pushed. And Lou is one of the spearheads of this. You know, he's done every single normal news network show to talk about it. His face was all over the place, and the You know,
Every UFO channel could get him on. Every single UFO channel, if they wanted to, could get him on, as long as you was
certainly at one
like,
point. I don't know if now, but certainly at one point, I think you're right.
no, but as long as you were on Team Lou, you could.
Oh
get
yeah,
him on.
yeah. If you're on Team Lou, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know, man. Even UFO Man had him on, so I think he kind of was scraping the barrel.
Well, I think it's to get a message out. I think the more people that he gets a message out to, I don't know what side he falls on. I really don't.
So
I mean, I know
he falls on the side of the U.S. government. You can tell by
Yeah.
the way the guy talks that he is that's what you want me to do. What
So
for the good of the country? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Can I ask you this then? Do you know about the new UFO reporting app that's come out?
Yes.
Which one's this?
Is he with that?
That's the one where he's mentioned in it? Is this the one that talks about ATIP and stuff?
I've
I'm not-
heard of this. I'm not.
It's just come out, I think, maybe about 2 weeks ago. Does anybody know in the chat about what's it called?
You don't have to pay for the app, do you?
Probably. Who knows?
Well, Greer might be behind it then.
But my thing is this. I'm sure I saw his name associated with that. Hold on, let me have a look. But I don't know. I just saw the move with TTS to the stars and him walking away from that. I always saw that as him walking away. He totally disassociated himself with that. He doesn't even talk about it now.
I think you're right, but I don't think it's just him that's disassociated. It's been disassociated. I think To the Stars Academy was like dropped as a project. I 100% believe that whoever's behind this like push when it comes to like UFO stories. But you know, we can go on about the emails that are there between him and Podesta, and the fact that Clinton was dragged into it as well.
Into what?
To Tom DeLonge, there was. I think it seemed at one point that you have John Podesta, who was in touch with Tom DeLonge,
and he was on the documentary for us, like literally, I think, 10 seconds.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is the way it was going to go, but I feel that how things have shaken out, I think would have shook out differently if Hillary would have got in ahead of Trump.
That's
I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think she's like the disclosure president. If anything, I think she's truly evil. But there was a plan. There was a plan there that got scuppered somewhere down the line. And then I think the To the Stars Academy became a toxic like name to be associated with after Tom DeLonge went nuclear on Rogan. As soon as he made that much of an idiot of himself, they had to, because I don't think Lou was going to be the guy. I think it was going to be Tom DeLonge was going to be the guy because he was the celebrity, and they were going to put him in the place doing all these talk shows and stuff, talking about interdimensional entities and stuff. But as soon as he showed on Rogan that he wasn't intellectually equipped to do that job. And I think,
are you sure?
What, intellectually equipped to do the job?
No, are you sure that you don't think that you don't think that Lou was supposed to be the guy?
No. I think Lou took over because it showed like if someone's going to do this, I'm going to have to do this myself. And at some one point, I even think that somebody might have planned to try and prime Rogan to do the job as well. But that seems to have gone slightly awry. Either he's too skeptical to fall for it, what they're trying to peddle. But yeah, I think Lou just took over because he was there and he's capable of doing what he's done.
Yeah. See, at first I honestly thought that. I thought Lou, because of the big fuck up on Joe Rogan with Tom DeLonge and showing that fake TR freebie,
mm-hmm.
And it wasn't just that; it was a few other things.
I don't even think it was sharing the
he's-
fake footage. Sorry,
He's
Hidden,
still
go on,
doing
mate.
it now. He's still doing it now, though, isn't he? He's still tweeting old fakes. It's laughable.
Mm.
I like. I
Yeah.
really do like Tom DeLonge. I don't know why. I think it's just from being a kid. I do like him. I think the guy has been. I honestly think he is being used.
What
I think
makes
he's
me
probably
laugh-
used a
I don't
lot of
think he-
other
I
people
don't-
as well.
I don't think he's been. I don't know, because somebody else said that to me, that he hasn't got the brains to pull off the 13 million scam.
I think Lou's
Someone out-
always.
Someone out of that to the Stars Academy got 13 million.
Lou was always supposed to be the guy.
So do you think Lou got the 13 million?
I think forget the money.
No. I can't forget the money, because when the grift, to prove the grift, you have to follow the money.
I think it's more than the grift, though.
You know what, Ollie? This is how I see this. Yeah, they promise footage.
Yeah,
And what have they delivered? I'm a guy that looks at videos all day long, fakes and all that shit, man. Yeah, and what have they delivered? They delivered a steaming pile of CGI shit, haven't they?
Yeah.
got some nice flare footage.
But this is the thing, that what we've been given. I find it interesting when you get fighter pilots talk about this stuff, but all we've got is stuff that we are told as laymen. Oh, if you know what this is, it's really exceptional. But I mean, that's no good. It's no good if you're looking for evidence to like bring truth. It can't be something that you have to have verified by strangers and government officials.
Exactly. This was my. I went on a conference, and there was a lot of guys like yourself that are always badgering for government, and I said simply, I can't understand why there's no money in civilian sightings. The government needs to look into them more better. There lies the answer.
I think we not laughing at you there, Hayden. Lee, you've got the wheel. You get the wheel. I'll put my hands up.
No, I've put it down now. You do it. No, we just tried to highlight the same super chat. There's too many chefs in the kitchen.
Thanks, Jen. Yeah, real experiences laughed at TTSA. They did eventually, yes. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest, I was a little bit excited to start off with about TTSA.
Me too. The thing is, and nothing was delivered.
I just want to go slightly back to that, and then I do want to get onto the balloon, because I think it's important. I think the balloon is important.
In what aspect?
Well, I'll get to the balloon in a minute. When I think,
I hate the suspense.
No, the reason why I think the balloon is important, because I think I don't believe that. I don't think that balloon could get that far.
Oh, he could do if we got on a jet stream.
No, I think the US has the tech to detect that well early.
The bigger question to me would be is if you've got
but Lee,
if you've got a foreign nation, because balloons can be well advanced now. If you've got a foreign nation that's firing a balloon over your country to find out like what's going on, I don't believe that you wouldn't do something to try and recover it instead of blowing it up. That's what I find weird.
Thank you.
But this is nothing. But the scary thing is about this, mate. I think this is the type of thing that would be done to bolster, especially the second one. I don't know about the first one, like you say, China have said it's theirs, but you could start a war like this, and there does seem to be people in positions of power throughout the West that are really interested in stoking the fires of war right now.
Let's bring this back up just because I think some people that are coming in, we've got more people in now. I do want to play this again, but what you've just said there, Lee, is exactly what I wanted to say. How long was that balloon up there before they shot it down? It was a few days, wasn't it? They knew about it for a few days.
Yeah.
Before they shot that thing down. And they said they shot it over the water. You know, if they'd have shot it over land, there was fears that somebody might have been hurt. Clear the people from the radius or whatever. That's bullshit. They shot it down over water, and now they can't recover what's gone in the deep, the Atlantic.
Well, I saw images of them recovering it.
It is propaganda, Jen. Sorry, Hidden. Go on. Thanks, Jen.
I've seen pictures of them recovering it.
Yeah, they've got bits of it. They haven't got it all.
Oh, they ain't got like the satellite. I haven't looked at the pictures.
The last time I looked this morning, they did not have the whole satellite. Have they got the satellite, people? I don't think they've got the whole thing.
Well, they shot it out of the air with the fucking F-16, didn't they? There won't be much of that left.
But if they knew that thing was there for a few days. Surely, then, if they're going to shoot it out of the sky, they could have got things ready underneath. Like, I don't know, like.
Well, you couldn't have caught it. Like you've obliterated it, Ollie. The damage is fucking done.
Have a net underneath it.
I don't know, mate. It'll get like a.
I'm with Giorgio, man.
Well, isn't it something like $400,000 one of those missiles cost? Something ridiculous like that.
Can they get like a big, what's it called, when you jump
Ollie,
down on?
Ollie, you've turned it into dust by this point.
They popped the balloon.
Oh yeah, but it was fucking blown up.
No, the balloon bit popped, but the thing in fact the footage actually showed the thing fall.
You saw stuff. They hit the bottom of it. It was reported that they hit the technology bit.
Well, they should have just been more careful then.
No,
well, you could. I'm not. Yeah, I
saw the footage and it looked like they popped the balloon, not blown up the thing.
Yeah,
so
it looked like it fell.
It would make sense. It would make sense that they're not quick on the uptake, so they're trying to cover it by saying, "Look, we shot the intel as well," but no, they got it. They're piecing it through. I'm
reasonably convinced it was reported that they shot it in the tech bits, but I'm not sure. I'd have to go and check it.
The footage looks different. Look at the footage.
It does look like you can kind of see the thing fall.
It would make more sense if that's what they did. It would do.
This is why footage is always important, because the footage looks different. It don't look like they shot the satellite. It looks like they popped the balloon. I've seen the footage. Have you seen the footage, Ollie?
Yeah. I've seen the footage. I think a lot of people have seen.
Yeah, there you go. I think
Lee's seen the footage. We've all seen the footage. I think there's
I'm not gonna. I will be perfectly
damage control.
I might have. I remember watching it, but I've since read like a news article or something like that. So maybe I'm helping make it up in my mind's eye now. It's
or they're putting it out as damage control.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's worrying. I think it's it's everything seems in chaos these days. It just seems to be one thing after another after another after another. Since the end of 2019.
That Greek guy Giorgio, like he says, it's aliens.
Yeah, I wish it was aliens. To be perfectly honest,
indeed,
I don't think
it'd be more fun.
Another aircraft of some sort, airship, balloon, something was shot down today. Who owns it? What were the circumstances? Was the president directly involved in ordering this? And is wreckage being recovered?
She's a terrible journalist.
Okay. So I'm going to try. Remind me if I forget something. Yes, the president absolutely was involved.
She just rattled off like 6 questions that he's clearly not going to be able to answer in one go. It's just really
Give him
bad.
a go. Let's hear if he goes the Corbell way. We shoot at them on weekly basis. We shot at them last Friday.
Last
Bet if she
Friday.
asked him
I
the
have
million.
seen the logs. I have seen the videos. We have attempted shoot downs of UAPs on a regular basis. We're talking as recently as last Friday.
Cheers, Jez.
No, you got to play it from the rest of it, man. Because the question the guy asked him back is, that's the $1 million question. Go on, show it.
Well, I ain't got that bit. That's just like a little clip that saved him. That clip saved him.
The best bit is when he says, "Do they fire back?" I'll have to get back to you on that. Oh, that's funny.
So this guy, I get what you're saying, Lee. It's a lot of questions that she just was it you that said that? Was it Hidden that said that she's just fired a shitload of questions?
She just said a load of words and didn't actually say anything.
Yeah, but let's hear how he answers nothing then.
I will say this: he honestly does look like this is quite shocking to him, and he doesn't know how to answer any of it, which is even more worrying. If it looked more planned, I would be.
See, no, but the thing is, he's just doing the thing of again, he's going to use a load of words and not actually say anything. But that's
in this decision, he ordered it at the recommendation of Pentagon leaders.
That's the key
He
bit of
wanted it
information he's
to
put out.
At their decision. Remind me if I forget something. Yes, the president absolutely was involved in this decision. He ordered it at the recommendation of Pentagon leaders. He wanted it taken down, and they did that. They did it using fighter aircraft assigned to U.S. Northern Command. The Pentagon will have more to say about the details of this later on this afternoon. It's only just within the last hour. We're calling this an object because that's the best description we have right now. We do not know who owns it.
Everything's an object,
whether
you
it's
fucking balloon.
Whether it's state-owned or
it's aliens.
corporate-owned or privately owned.
Even their objects.
We don't know. So I said state-owned. We don't know if it's state-owned. And we don't understand the full purpose. We don't have any information that would confirm
Could be alien tech.
Purpose for this object.
Definitely a UFO at the moment.
We expect to be able to recover the debris since it fell not only within our territorial space, but on what we believe is frozen water. So
wouldn't it be fucking wild if we're just sat here rattling on,
and then we can
talking nonsense about this, and there's like a wreckage recovery crew that are right now on a frozen lake bed surrounding a fucking massive black triangle with a corner taken off it.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, they said it was smaller than a Carly, so that's.
Yeah, it doesn't mean telling the truth.
Yeah, but didn't you say Dr. Jonathan Reed's craft that he videotaped?
Who?
That was small like a car. What's his name? The burrito, alien burrito dude.
Who are you talking about?
Jonathan Reed.
Who?
What's his? Is that him? The porn moustache. What's his name?
Yeah, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
There you go. You remember the video of the little black triangle that he had in the woods?
Yeah. I mean,
that was the size of a car.
To be fair on him,
no, I'm messing.
His little TR3B looks a lot better than some of the fakes out there.
I see. I'm kind of stealing this slightly from UFO Man down there in the comments, but the idea that we're firing fucking missiles at fucking balloons is a bit daft, isn't it? It doesn't feel right. It doesn't
sit right.
No. We've got other things. We've got other things to take things down. Couldn't even manage to scramble jets for 9/11, could we? But for weather balloons, we can get them up in the air to shoot them down. Not having it.
It's just It's I don't buy that thing's gone missing.
What's gone miss? Oh,
The whole thing of where it got shot down, they struggle to retrieve it. I'm sure they will retrieve it if they haven't retrieved it now. But being in like, I just think they
Oh,
would.
if that,
They
oh,
would
no. If that was useful, even if they shot it down over
had
the land,
days.
they'd have had a fucking boat and they'd have had divers. That would have been retrieved.
but those are the pictures I've seen.
Well, yeah, but the
Well, yeah, there's pictures of them taking stuff out, definitely.
Yeah. But I don't know. The whole thing seems strange. Again, maybe this one's all bullshit, and it's just to put the fire out. This not like about them not acting quick enough on the first one.
Uh,
Or something else is going on.
Could literally just be a PR stunt. But like you say, I mean, back to for the title of this episode, it does seem a bit strange. Like, this is my thing. This is why, if the Tic Tac's a real thing, I don't think I don't think it's like a foreign nation or US technology, because there's no steps between it. I think what was it? I was listening to Rogan this afternoon. I listened to the one he did with Lex Friedman, and
I did.
Lex had a really good point where I can't remember if it was Lex or Rogan, where he said for something like the Tic Tac to have been developed, that means there has to be some sort of parallel technology being developed, because that means like mainstream people, just like mainstream engineers and scientists doing the day-to-day stuff, getting our phones working and making us able to do podcasts and stuff. They have no idea that this stuff is going on, which does make me think more and more about the idea of breakaway civilizations, or we're not the apex predator we thought we were on the planet.
Yeah.
No.
You're saying
I find both of those. I find both of those far more likely than us being visited from another planet.
So there lies something that what you're saying could be also something lies within the myth, say, of Middle Earth.
Oh yeah, I mean, it could be.
So maybe this
yeah.
The
Admiral Byrd stories of the like Hollow Earth stuff.
So what's the possibility of this Tic Tac coming from there? Could they have developed the technology unknown to us?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Well, because the thing is, regardless of how ridiculous the story might feel, as in, I mean, maybe it's from under the sea. Like that's another thing. You know, one of my favorite things. I mean, again, this means absolutely nothing, but a friend of mine, he was a Marine. He left the Marines and went into private security work, and he used to do the private security work on the big oil tankers to stop pirates taking the big tankers. And he was saying like he would be out at sea, and like out at sea, you know, just middle of nowhere. And he was saying there's huge chunks of sea that it makes no sense for shipping lanes, because it's not a shipping lane problem, because ships can't go through there. There's just massive chunks of water that you're not allowed to travel through. And he said, we've got to go around these big areas.
It makes no sense.
And it makes no sense that they can't just sail through it. So there was another one as well. I know I've brought it up on this show before. Was it like Nat Geo or History or something? I think it was Nat Geo. And they did a documentary on this underwater photographer. He was really, really famous. They just nothing exceptional about him, apart from the fact he was dead good with a camera if you stuck him in the sea. And right at the end of this documentary about the guy, he just throws out like a hand grenade. Oh, and I came in contact with an advanced civilization under the water. And the documentary ends. I feel we've buried the lead here. This is the most important thing, and the credits have just rolled. It
Headphones fell
was wild, and I can't find that anywhere. I can't find the documentary anywhere on YouTube or anything. I found one link to it on a website which should have linked somewhere, and that video had been taken down. I remember that was on this show, and I spent like I disappeared into my laptop for an hour trying to find it.
Did you find it? I can't remember.
No,
Did you show me it?
I haven't been able to find it since I found.
Did you dream it?
No. I've found written documents, like I've been actually researching something. No, I've found written articles like about this, and it says in the article talking about the documentary that he said this at the end. But yeah,
Mate,
it was.
Don't sell yourself short. Since we've partnershiped Musty Audio and Alien Addict together as one forever. Yeah. You've been balls deep in UFO documentaries.
Oh yeah, the shaft has been right in it.
Oh dear. We digress.
Yeah, but yeah, I just think any explanation, right? Any explanation that is not space driven, if it's local, even if it's the idea that there's something that exists alongside us that's more advanced than us, maybe just wants to stay the fuck away from us, or maybe it's
that better sense.
And well, no, but maybe it's if you look at the stories from like Graham Hancock, maybe in one of these like resets that's happened, during like cataclysms, maybe humanity was separated at some point. We know that there is massive underground cities that were abandoned.
See, I believe this. I believe kind of the same what you're saying, but I don't believe in it happened through a reset. I believe it happened through evolution, because through humanity, through our evolution, how it says back, oh God, through evolution, yeah, we would have had to we wouldn't evolve from one straight thing. We would have had like cousins. Do you get what I mean? Like if you look at monkeys, not all monkeys are the same. They're different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if we came from the sea, there is a chance that there could have been something that went off into the sea and perfectly adapted. Adapted.
And the interesting thing about
that's through evolution.
Mm-hmm. The interesting thing about
sorry,
because I was just going to say that what you would have if you had a Homo sapien type creature that evolved that way, you would find that it would have survived like cataclysms better if it was down like deep in the ocean. It would have had more chance than what we had, because it didn't have to worry about all the great floods that we have written in like from different cultures.
Some of the stuff he shows in that documentary on Netflix.
Good point. Wow, that's a deep thought, man. Good point. They thrived even better because we got killed by volcanoes, floods.
This would be the thing. If it, let's just say, for instance, it's just total like pie in the sky talk. But let's say that both species, one went on land, one stayed in the ocean. That happened, and it happened at the same time. Now, I'm a full believer that Graham Hancock is more than onto something with his theories of what's happened with past civilizations that are being leveled and built up and leveled again. You could be looking at a civilization which has stayed intact through its whole existence, whereas us land dwellers have just been like thrown back into the Stone Age, it's through different periods.
So if Graham's right with what he's saying about there's been maybe wherever this is coming from, it's just constantly advanced.
Yeah,
it's a good way of thinking of it.
It is.
I mean,
because I buy in. I do buy into that theory. I always had, but it's through understanding evolution. Whereas, like, you know, one of these things, you know about the pre-humans. Have you ever seen that?
Mm.
And look at their bone structures. They almost look like what we would call today a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
You see, isn't that one of our ancestors?
What is weird about our
Is it pre-human?
ancestors? I will say this: what's really weird about our ancestors, if you look at, so normally when you look at evolution of a creature, it tends to get better and stronger, whereas we seem to have got weaker. We may have got brainier.
That's where you go. That's where it is.
But we're not as strong as what we were. You would have thought the evolution would have made us stronger.
See, the thing is with the evolution, it's not because we've been corrupted with the radio waves, the frequencies. This is where the great man Nikola Tesla came into it with the frequencies. Project HAARP, which we all agree exists. Yeah. This is where HAARP comes into it.
Mm.
We all agree that HAARP exists. Yeah.
Yep.
HAARP is not a conspiracy theory. It's a real thing now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they followed a lot of Nikola Tesla's design in modifying the frequency. And this frequency preys on our brainwave, so it makes us susceptible. It just thumbs us down. And this is what HAARP's true intention is. Look into that.
Mm.
The frequencies have been changed. I hope some people understand what I'm saying. It's not far.
I've looked a little bit into it. I'm not, at least probably more up than I am when it comes to stuff like that.
You know what I'm saying? So that's probably why we can't evolve. We can't open up our minds. You know, shit, man. We should be reading thoughts. We have it within us. We should be communicating on a next level, man.
Some people can do stuff. Some people can bend spoons, and
indeed. It was great to see you over there, man. That's why I had to just comment on your page.
That was good.
I can't just say that was good. You need to explain to the audience.
Oh, we had a pop at Uri Geller, didn't we? We double teamed him.
I can't believe it though. I wish I could remember I could look it up, man, because I messaged him privately. Because, you know, as a kid, man, this guy fascinated me.
I loved him.
Me too. And that's what I said to him, man. You putting out these fake things is only doing yourself harm. Now, look, man, this is who I am. And I'll happily help you out because you're a hero. And all people are going to do is laugh at you. Mm-hmm. You know, please, Uri, please fix up, Uri. Fix up. You're ruining your name, man. Just as an entertainer. You know, I don't class myself as one of these guys that's like you guys.
Do you actually think you could really bend them spoons?
You know what, man? I'm going to tell you one thing. As a kid, yeah, he did this show. He did a live show, yeah. And he said from the beginning of the show to go get a spoon, yeah, put it on your TV, on the top of the TV, not at the back, at the top. And he said he told everybody at the beginning, he said by the end of the show, get the spoon. And he told you when to get the spoon, and you went and got the spoon and it was bent. And I was amazed by that because I did that and he bent my spoon.
The heat that used to come off a TV, that was great.
No, that's why it's important that I told you the top of it, that it was on the top. Even he told you put it on the top. He bent my spoon, man. Either that or he did it.
My spoon.
That's a t-shirt.
No, I like Uri, man, and I don't want to see him as a man of himself. But I saw it coming maybe a few years ago. You remember when he started talking about he was a psychic, which he was within that project, but he was saying they took him out to Area 51 and he saw stuff, and I thought, nah, man, Uri, what are you doing?
Didn't he work for the CIA at some point?
Yeah, he did.
Hmm.
He did, but he worked in was it
Catering.
it-
He got sacked because they had no teaspoons left.
yeah.
Do you think we're ever going to see what this Tic Tac is? Do you guys think we're ever going to see if this Tic Tac is our tech? Do you think we're going to see it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll be flying on them. There'll be the new Concorde.
The Tic Tac.
No, never.
But there is another possibility that I thought you was going to say, Lee, when you talked about something was mentioned about Project Bluebeam
Mm-hmm.
and the Tic Tac.
I mean, yeah, I'm. Look, man, we are ever. I don't know if it'll happen, but those guys at the WEF have got fucking grand plans for humanity that I'm not sure are in anybody's best interest, and they're gonna. We couldn't do it with what's just happened. So you're going to need something big if you want to make a one world government and like a one world connected like globalist society. You are going to need something huge to do that. I mean, the Second World War couldn't even do that. So you're going to need something massive if you're going to like unite the world to try and put this plan into action. An intergalactic fucking war might be the catalyst for it.
I mean, that's again. I will definitely. It needs a little prod of Sunday's show.
Yeah,
tune in, people.
It's really good show.
Well,
I think Dave is going to have some fascinating stuff to say about that, about how he thinks the like world military would either prepare for something like that, and I'm sure we'll get into some of the blue beam stuff as well. But the general theme of the show is what would lead up to it, and how would we covertly prepare for it if it was going to happen.
Can I interrupt for a second then?
Of course you can.
I posted a link in the private chat.
Mm-hmm.
Could you show that link?
Let me have a look.
And I'd like to show you how Project Bluebeam looks like it's going to be deployed.
Is this the YouTube link?
No, it's not a YouTube. It's an article. But it's something I found interesting because I don't like to sound a conspiracist theorist no more. But there's always things that I see doing my day-to-day routine, trying to find footage for you guys, and I come across these stories. Yeah, the 3D hologram. Now this talks about how the 3D hologram is really effing good. Yeah. But what's interesting is what's buried within this article. And it talks about they deployed 3 satellites now that are up there with this 3D hologram.
I'm going to say, Hidden, you're going to have to take us through some of the interesting stuff of this article, because I can't see this on this screen. Never mind, Lee, if it's...
No.
Is it really bad?
Yeah. If you've got it on your screen, just take us through some of the stuff.
Oh my God, I've been smoking weed, man.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll copy the link and I'll drop
link
it in the chat.
Description.
I'll put it in the chat for people.
But to me now, I think is possibly I don't know how long they've had these satellites up in the sky, but it'd be interesting to see when they're talking about the Tic Tac, if they were up there before. Because these have, if guys check out the technology, check out the technology that they have, that they're showing you that they can do with 3D, and then buried down in the article, they say the military shot up 3, and they put them in a kind of the shape where they can beam down something holographic.
Moses.
In my opinion, allegedly, in my opinion, I don't want people
The
knocking
thing
my
is with
door.
that though, I mean, if they manage to say they manage to pull off some amazing effects in the sky, you know, say the conspiracy theorists are right, and these whatever the planes have been lacing the skies ready for them to project something on there and to scare the living shit out of people. You're gonna get loads of people that will see through that. It has to have more than just an image. It has to have a physical action.
Yeah, but if you look at the holographic technology that they're showing you within the article,
yeah, agreed.
Sure,
It has
looks physical.
But it has to have something physical on the earth. It has to have a physical consequence, so that it would have to be mixed in with that.
Well, I mean, let's go. I don't know if I believe this. I don't know. I know you can't really talk about this one on YouTube.
Use code
without them. Yeah, I'll use code.
Real good code.
I mean, there's enough people that think there was like a thing that happened like a few years ago, that there was fake planes involved that were holograms.
Oh yeah, I've seen those videos.
Yeah. So what if that was a thing? What if because there is some awfully interesting videos of where it seems like half of one of those has disappeared before something happens. The one which didn't, I suppose just say Pentagon's fine. That's weird. That's very weird.
It's never sat well with me, that one.
No.
There's footage of that, and that is not a.
It's not.
Just nothing.
No, just isn't. It isn't what that was supposed to be. Regardless of anything else that happened on that day, that is not what the other things were.
It was a diversion.
So what if this technology is already there? What if this technology is already there? Not only already there, already been used and successfully used. Because that's the other thing, right? Memory is so bad. Like everybody thinks they've got a really, really good memory. And you're wrong. If you think you've got a good memory, you're wrong. Because every time you remember something, you're not remembering what it was. You're remembering the last time you remembered it. It's how memory works. It's why it's so fallible to making mistakes. It's why I just said then that I instantly doubted myself about the balloon being blown up, because I thought, well, hang on a second, I did see the video, but I also read this story, so I think I might maybe have invented the video in my head again after reading the story.
Well, I look at what I see. That's why footage is important.
Yeah, absolutely. And
in the footage, you don't see it hitting anything else but popping a balloon.
Yeah, but the thing, what I was going to say is you only need to put the image in somebody's head. If you put the image of something in somebody's head, then you let their brain work. And then what happens is they tell it to other people. And then those other people tell it to other people. And then 6 months down the line, those people that didn't see it are relaying the same thing as if they'd seen it. And then they convince themselves they've seen it. I know I've definitely done that in the past, where somebody's told me something and then I've been explaining it to somebody and I've thought to myself, well, I must have seen it. That must be a thing.
I've never actually said this on YouTube to anybody, and I've always kind of laughed and took the piss a little bit about Mandela effect. But I'm actually one of those people that believes the biggest Mandela of them all. Doesn't believe it, sorry, but actually thought that was a thing. I thought he died in prison from growing up being a kid. So when I heard that, I thought, what is this Mandela effect? What they are talking about?
Mm-hmm.
They
But
said
then
the-
is it just misremembering something because your memory gets excited by
more than
conspiracy
likely,
theories?
more than likely. But I never really
I'm
followed the
I'm
news as a
convinced.
kid either. So
I'm convinced. I always thought
3PO was got solid gold.
No, but Mr. Moneybags had a monocle. I'm convinced. I thought Mr. Moneybags had a monocle, and he
He
always
did have a he did have
never
a fucking
has.
monocle.
He never
had
has.
a monocle.
No, he never has.
The fucking Monopoly man had a monocle.
I'm sorry, mate. He doesn't anymore.
Yeah, no, he doesn't anymore.
Yeah.
I said this to my mum. This is
Yeah.
another one I've said to my mum, and she said he had a monocle. I said, no, he's never had it, mum.
Yeah.
And she said that's the new boxes.
Nope.
No, he's never had a monocle.
Wild. Isn't
He
it?
100% had it. I could fucking draw that little twat.
Do you know what I think more than anything else? Like it's the Mandela effect isn't a thing without the internet.
Go on, say it properly, mate. Mandela effect.
Mandela. The so are we just being fucked with? You know, is it like is it not? It's not a CERN thing or something like that. Are we actually just being fucked with?
I think we need to do another show on that because there's so many people laugh about Mandela effect.
I think we should do it.
It's just a bunch of stoners. It's just a bunch of stoners, and they just that feeling when you walk into a room and then you stand there and say, "What the hell did I come into this room for?" Yeah. Now they're trying to blame that on the Mandela effect. That's all it is.
Mate, if I'm a firm believer that there's something behind it. It's not. I don't think it's just misremembering things. I'm not saying it's like parallel universes being smashed by CERN, although it could be. There's something there because there is things. There is some of those ones that really get me. And it's weird that some only work with are only right with some people, and then others aren't with other people. It's really weird. But we should do a whole show on that. Do a whole show on it, and we'll get a load of them up. See if we can break some heads in the comments.
Well, I'll see if it's popular. I'm going to put a poll up right now.
We should do a Musty Audio on it because it's not alien related, is it? We should do it on Musty Audio. So fuck your poll. I want to do it.
I've just asked the question. It's just a very simple question. Did C-3PO have a silver leg? Yes.
See, I never remember.
Oh no.
I never remembered that, but I don't know. I'm a stoner. I don't know.
That guy was. I mean, this is a Mandela effect, if anything, that my little boys put together this morning. I mean, have you ever seen anything
Jesus
like
Christ?
What?
Fuck.
What is this thing? I've just found it on my desk.
I can't say what I was just going to say.
No, you definitely can't, because I know what you're going to say. I know you too well. Ah, dear me. It is. I wonder if we're going to get another balloon. I feel like we're going to get another balloon. I feel like this big piece of news that we've just seen now.
This is the new hotness, isn't it? Balloon Gate is the new hotness.
Balloon Gate.
I do just worry it's.
We're going to get another.
I worry it's. I'll be perfectly honest. I worry it's the U.S. military and industrial complex trying to drag U.S. approval towards military action against China in the future. I
mean, I went to China. God, how many years ago now? About 7 years. It's a wild country. It's the amount of wasted space and wasted build. They've got like fucking derelict fucking cities.
It's crazy, isn't it? Crazy.
I took the.
I'd love to walk around one of those.
I took the bullet train. That things were amazing. Like, and we'd just go past this. We went past this city, I'm looking at him out of the window, and there's nothing there. And like one of the guides was telling me, he says there's nobody in that city. Nobody in a fucking city. Fair enough. A lot of it was looked like it was being built, but like building an entire city, like all this, like everything.
Maybe it's for the aliens.
Not starting small, just building an entire fucking city.
Do you know what I think the weirdest thing is about about China? Is the fact that the battlements are on the wrong side of the Great Wall. Wait. The battlements are on the wrong side of the Great Wall. Like it was the other side that built it.
Right.
It's really interesting.
What's your thoughts on that?
I've no idea. I just think it's really weird. It'd be like
could it be the Matt Damon thing?
Matt Damon, what?
Matt Damon.
Have you ever seen the movie Great Wall?
Oh, I've never seen it.
Oh man, you should watch it. It's pretty good.
I mean, I'm nowhere near an expert enough on this. I really want to do a show with somebody that is. In fact, if anybody in the comments can direct me to somebody that considers themselves a Tartaria expert,
they heavily believed in dragons, didn't they? But not.
Yes.
See, wasn't it? Because I think you might know this. Wasn't it that the term dragon it got changed to dinosaur?
No, dinosaur means
terrible lizard.
Terrible lizard, yeah.
And wasn't that the term of a dragon before they changed it in the dictionary?
I'm not sure.
You could be right. I have no idea. I didn't go to school.
My brain is fried sometimes, but I think something like that.
The weird thing is, though, I know we've been talking about balloons and Tic Tac.
We gone off topic.
We do these fucking alien addict and must see audios. That's what we do.
I should join you on that then, maybe.
Well, you'd have a wild time on there.
You'd be on before. You can go on again.
Yeah, because we had a good talk about the paranormal, didn't we?
Yeah, it was good.
But dragons have been cultures all over the world have drawn dragons. So we took before, they were digging up dinosaurs.
Well, I mean, the dinosaur thing is a whole other thing, isn't it? And that's a whole other conspiracy theory I don't know enough about.
Well, Marco Polo, if I'm right, Marco Polo, he visited Chinese, the emperor. Now, I'm not saying it's a dragon of what we believe in with these wings and spitting fires, but I think they had something like a dinosaur kind of thing. Not big like what we think of, but something, because Marco Polo said that he had a dragon. He pulled out his dragon and he said it would have it riding around on special occasions.
What are you saying? You think the dinosaurs possibly wasn't extinct way back when we're being told, and they may have lasted longer?
Like some that adapted, yes.
Interesting.
Have you not seen that picture?
The pottery.
No, the painting.
What painting?
Let me see if I can find it. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I will.
What painting of a dinosaur?
I'll disappear into my laptop.
Oh, Mysterio, who I think is going to Must See Audio soon.
Yeah, we're going to get something. Well, I want to talk to him about his shadow people thing. Sorry, I haven't been back in touch, man. It's just I have been busy as all fook. I mean, after we've done this show this Sunday, we'll have a talk next week about getting you on soon.
They quite interest me.
The mud floods.
The shadow people.
Oh, we were talking about that last week.
I have got a couple of good. I always loved looking for them, the shadow people footage.
Have you ever seen one?
Personally, yeah. We had a talk about that on your podcast. You remember?
I told you about mine, didn't I?
No, you didn't. And like, I haven't heard about yours.
Did you? Well, I want to hear. I want to. Oh, no, I want to hear Hidden's first. I would have heard it before, but you might have been stoned, and I might have been a little bit tipsy.
No, I don't. But no.
What did you see? You just. Well, I'll tell you mine. I mean, I was. What I thought was it's weird. It's like I felt like I was wide awake and I could have been dreaming, but apparently my wife witnessed this. I got up out of bed and I was literally just staring like at the end of my bed. And I can remember this. I can remember a figure sat on the bed. Yeah. And my wife said to me, "What's wrong? What's wrong with you?" Because I shot up out of bed. And I said, "There's somebody sat at the edge of the bed." And I went, and before my wife gets really scared very easy. And I went, "Don't worry." And these are the words I use, she said. And I can kind of remember a little bit. I said, "It's nice." That's what I said. "It's nice." And then I turned back round, laid down, and went back to sleep. Shit the living daylights out of her. But I can remember that like.
And she saw it as well?
No, she didn't see anything. She just saw me shoot up out. Well, I kind of went. She said, I can't remember shooting up. I can remember. For me, I could just remember seeing something and getting up out of bed, and then seeing this thing at the edge of the bed just sat there, and it felt really just. I can't explain it. It felt like.
Could you make out what you saw?
Just
could you make out what you saw? It was
like staring into.
Blacker than black.
No nothingness. It was nothing in a space. So it was like not even. I can't explain it. It was like there was nothing there, but the shape of nothingness, if that makes sense. Like
it does. It was blacker than black.
But it wasn't like looking at if somebody stuck up a piece of cardboard that was solid black.
It was darker than that.
Or if somebody walked into the room dressed in black tights, it wasn't like that. It was like nothingness. I can't. It's really hard to explain. That's why I think it could have been a dream. But if I do not sleepwalk and I don't have lucid, well, I don't think I have lucid dreams, but maybe it was a dream. But it was so fucking bizarre. But I felt genuine emotion at the time, but then just felt like I needed to just turn around and go back to sleep. It's really odd. Really odd. And then there were another time after I'd been speaking to Dave and he freaked me out for an entire year, a week. Some weird stuff was going on in my house. And I think this was a dream. I think this was a nightmare because I saw something in the corner of my hallway through my door, which is impossible. Because when I'm laid in bed, I can't see into the hallway. So I must have been stood up at the edge of the bed to look out into the hallway, which is why I think it was a dream. But I was looking into the corner and there was something just in the corner chuffing. See, do you know like that scene? And this is what it reminds me of. Have you ever seen Insidious?
Yeah.
There's the like weird red thing in the corner of the room. It's just like there. I couldn't make out what it was, but it was in the corner, whatever it was, and I just felt a weird feeling when I looked at that thing. But again, probably just a dream because this is all when I was in bed. But that's my experience with shadow fit. I've not had dreams like that though. So whether that is lucid dreams or whether I've seen something, I do not know. I've not had anything happen since though, other than seeing numbers and things in the corner of my eye. That's it. Anyway, the poll's in, and we are okay. So, did C-3PO have a silver leg? 60% of the poll say yes. 40% says no. So the odds are in the silver leg.
I've got something to show you.
Bring it up, lad. You've got the tools. You've got the talent.
Window. Yeah.
See, to me, I love seeing footage of
So-
shadow people.
This is a 16th century painting, and as you can see,
Holy crap!
up the top there,
Those are brontosauruses.
wild, isn't it?
I've never seen that before.
Those are, I don't know, Brontosaurus,
What are-
Brachiosaurus.
What are those-
Brachiosaurus.
What are those creatures? What are those creatures next to guy holding the arrow? What's that next to him? Looks
The
like
giant
Some sort of lizard
slug?
thing in it.
Is there anything else? Scroll down. So we got lions there. See lions. You don't think that it was just a really bad drawer, and he just
know what I'm
couldn't,
saying?
he couldn't draw giraffes.
Those brontosaurus look interesting. Those look interesting.
No, they are definitely.
Could they be camels though? Misinterpreted as camels.
Look at the neck on the fella, though. That's good
Yeah,
because
that's
he's
Would
got
have
the
had
horses.
Aurora.
He's got the horses in scale. You see, he's got horses in scale. So
Yeah,
why you would have huge
brontosauruses. Because they would have been tamed anyways. They would have been like cows.
See, I'd like to know whether, because I mean, I look at this and I see, because these look like boats here. So I think that I think this is supposed to be the water.
So that looks like yeah, that looks like a plesiosaurus.
So that looks like plesiosaur, yeah. But these are definitely, because this thing's walking next to it. This is definitely on land.
And when was this? What is this supposed to
16th
depict?
century.
When was Marco Polo?
I'm not sure.
Could you have a quick
I'm
look
not
for
a
me,
history
sir?
buff.
Could you have a quick look for me?
I can do.
Why is that some sort of sacrifice on there? Are they fit? I mean,
I think it's a painting depicting a war, because they're
Battle.
archers, aren't they? They're archers.
Some sort of battle because there's shields and everything.
Yeah. Tell you what,
go back to the Brontosaurus.
But that's
you've
interesting too. That lizard
stepped
thing.
it up a notch, haven't you? If you're going to into battle on the back of a fucking Brontosaurus, you've stepped the game up.
Yeah, that's probably why they couldn't conquer them then.
I mean, they do not look like.
But I'm sure that's what Marco Polo wrote on his visit to one of the emperors in China. He said that he came out in a dragon.
I mean, why not?
But
Why not?
I reckon that's what he meant, a dinosaur.
Did you see the paleontologist on Joe Rogan that was talking about people saying that dinosaurs had never existed? And
Whatever.
No.
He was like the most. He was like giving like saying for anybody who tells me that dinosaurs never fucking existed, I will show you why they existed. I mean, have you ever seen a fossil?
Just to say, the other thing is as well is that if this paint was done in the 16th century, the dinosaurs weren't discovered until 1842.
Yeah, well, what's the oldest
Oh,
date?
sorry, that was actually that's when they were officially that's when they were defined. Like they wouldn't be, because they were defined and thought of before they were discovered, weren't they? So
yeah, so that's where I'm trying to say the word dragon came from. They changed the word dragon to dinosaur. You remember that's what I was trying to say.
There's definitely
Mysterio,
something.
if that's an elephant, You can't draw elephants.
Yeah, that seems a stretch.
That looks like a pretty cool drawing, though. The thing next to the archer, though. That does look pretty weird, man. Could that be a long ass dog?
Yes, I've found fossils, mate. I've not dug dinosaurs up, but I used to go fossil hunting, and I found all sorts of shit.
Yeah, I heard an interesting story about the African tribe. Did you ever hear that one? Where there was something going out there. I think it was killing their things.
Oh, I forgot what it's called. I remember what they called it as well, and I fucking forgot.
And they showed them pictures and they pointed out a triceratops, was it, or a stegosaurus?
Yeah.
A triceratops wouldn't have been killing their stuff. Triceratops are friendly. Come on.
Do you remember this story? Do you think it was bullshit?
Yeah, no.
Do you think it was a fake story?
No idea. And just to preface this, I don't think dinosaurs are fake. But what I do think is, when you actually look into what's actually been discovered, how much of skeletons have been discovered, and the fact that none of those fucking bones you're looking at in museums are real, that's weird. No dinosaur bones are on public display. Nowhere.
They're just recreations of the dinosaur bones.
That's weird, because those skeletons of humans that were in the classroom. Yeah. Those were, some parts of them were real, if not the whole thing.
Yeah. It baffles me. Like, we are like, mind you, I suppose the Mona Lisa that's on display isn't real, is it? It's a fake. That's it's a recreation that's put behind a glass cabinet and put on display, which I've always found that weird. Why? No, that's true. They keep the real.
No. You're saying that's no. I agree, but I'm saying that's quite possibly. But why don't they show the other? Why don't they recreate the other things, like the pre-humans? Where the pre-human bones? Those are completely gone.
Yeah,
they went. Where did they go? Natural History Museum, never to be seen again.
I'm absolutely convinced that the basement of the Smithsonian is like the.
Also, the British History Museum.
Absolutely.
Museums got quite a lot. Once shit goes there, it goes missing too.
I mean,
I'm not like the world for.
I'm not an anti evolution guy or anything like that. I believe in evolution, but when you look at humans, this from dinosaurs, there seems to be a little bit of something missing. We evolved from a shrew, and that shrew eventually turned into a monkey or whatever, and that monkey. But I have never seen a convincing real bones skeletons and showing how that evolved, scaling it. There just seems to be a lot of guessing work when it comes, which is, we probably do have to guess. It's maybe the data's just not there.
I have issues with evolution, the idea of evolution, just from the fact of we have had so many ideas.
Do you have an issue with evolution in general, or do you have an issue with evolution of what you're seeing, of the evidence of how we've
in general? Just because we constantly have ideas, and then within 100 years, what we used to know is bullshit. So how do we know that in another 50 years, 100 years isn't all going to be bullshit again? But there's certain things which we've put so much faith into that it's simply too damaging to debate. You can't debate origin of the species, because
why?
Because we've laid everything else on top of it.
Yeah, and if you do debate it, you're either classed as a numpty.
Yeah, it's the same as the start of civilization. We have ruins, and we have.
Why make it a big argument? Can't nobody just say their piece?
I don't think they want to. I don't think the people want to, in the same ways that people don't want to acknowledge Graham Hancock as being, as having like really good theories on the fact that humans have been around a lot longer than we think we have. Because if you do that, people have made money on it. People have. It's also very difficult for people to explain that they're wrong.
But there's kind of there's kind of things that talk about this through history that doesn't. What look at the Emerald tablets.
Mm-hmm.
Have you know what I'm on about?
Yeah.
So doesn't that say with the story of? Can you pronounce him for me? Thoth.
Oh no, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay, I always get it wrong.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Put down dialect.
But that from that explains a certain kind of story of humans, where he talks about the pyramids, the changing of the River Nile.
Mm-hmm.
You know about all that. And through with ground, because I remember when it was first discovered with ground scanning, because it was a theory that Egypt managed to change the course for agriculture of the Nile, and this was said to be impossible. This was through their hieroglyphs, and they said this was impossible for them to do it. And through ground, the ground satellites that can see the course of the ground. Do you know what I'm saying? The ground scanning satellites, they saw that indeed the course of the Nile had been changed.
Mm. You've muted your mic, Ollie.
I did not do that.
It's the shadow, man.
I must have knocked it with something.
Have
I been trying to speak for a bit?
Have you?
I don't know.
I've been
Can't be important.
Waffle.
No, I was just gonna say, DNA has been proved in evolution. I'm not saying I'm no scientist guy or anything like that. I'm not saying it's not been proved. I think evolution is probably very much a thing. You can kind of see a lot of evidence of that. What I'm saying is I would love to see. I want to see the missing link between humans, dinosaurs, what that was. I mean, I know they say it was like a shrew or whatever, little rat thing that came from what's it called, mucus, whatever it, and turned into a fish. Well, maybe turn into a tadpole first, then to fish, then fish with the grew legs, and then the fish crawled onto land, and then can somebody play the Fat Boy Slim theme tune? And then, and then it grew hair, and then it started to stand up, but I want to see some of the physical evidence of that. Just because I'm curious, not because I don't believe, but curious. And I think you've got to be curious in this world. You want to see stuff,
In order to see it, sometimes you have to go backwards and look into the stuff that.
Exactly. It's like hidden. If they come out and say there's aliens, show me the fucking aliens. I want to see them first. Don't just tell me there's aliens.
What if the aliens are truly us?
It could be, mate.
That's why the Emerald tablets have quite an interesting story of this guy Thope. The origins of Thope is quite interesting.
Hidden, I think you need to come on and do a full presentation of these Emerald tablets. Because you're interested in those Emerald tablets. I'd like you to bring a good presentation together. And let's
man. It'd be a rambling up.
I will help you.
A long-haired stone guy. Just nah.
This is why we love you.
It's something it's something, guys, you need to look into. This guy Thope. There's some things that are pretty much off the chain, but man, it's just an interesting story.
Look up FOAP, people, if that's how
the
you
emerald,
pronounce it.
the emerald tablets, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think then, boys? Do you think we're going to see another one of these balloons, seeing as we've seen one today that's just been popped?
Most definitely. Wasn't one seen shortly after that one was spotted, I think, in South America? Another Chinese balloon. Confirmed, I believe. If allegedly confirmed.
What, another one?
I'm sure through the whispers of what I do. I'm not looking for these stories. They just pop up because, half the time I'm glad because that link that you guys shared and I sent to you. So if you guys can look into it about the 3D hologram, because down there's a little nugget about the military who've sent on these satellites into space.
I've saved that link, mate. I'm gonna have a good look at. I'm gonna have a good scan through that.
So and that's the kind of like gold that I think you find in kind of conspiracy and what the government are doing. These little chestnuts that are buried within articles. I absolutely love when you find an article like this, but what I do is, because I'm an entertainer, I stay away from them.
Well, we
I don't need the guys coming knocking on my door saying, "Yo, back off."
You don't, mate. You don't need not the Men in Black.
No, man.
I need to do it. I've never done a show on the Men in Black. Lee, we need to do a show on the Men in Black.
Yeah.
We do. But
Bring Tyler on, ask him about when they came knocking at his door.
I see Tyler's got a alien autopsy video coming out today.
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
I'm looking forward to that. And also Tyler is coming back on Alien Addict with me and Lee.
Oh, is he coming back on? Have you spoke to him?
Yeah, I have spoke to him. He's kind of agreed to come back on.
Oh, nice.
And do a good moon talk about moon conspiracies conversation and UFOs, which should be right up your street, Lee.
Yeah, that sounds great. It'd be nice to speak to him.
So I don't know when that's going to happen. He's just said, leave it with me. He's a busy man and all that jazz. Last time I asked him for an interview, it took about 6 months. And I asked him for this. It was just in conversation. And he says, how can you not ask me for an interview again? I says, well, do you want to come on again? He says, well, I would do. So we'll see what happens.
Can I mention something then?
Gosh, go, mate.
Did you know this song? I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. You know the latest Corbell drop?
Yes.
What's that called?
The one that he dropped Tuesday just gone.
What's it called? The Spare during the wartime.
That was his last one was just him and George Knapp again, isn't it?
Oh no, I'm not on about those.
You mean the ball, like the sphere?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago was that put out? Because
about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so it's quite recent, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen what Nocturnal News did on it?
The last video I saw about on Nocturnal News was that he was going to expose a lot of people, but I've not seen that one. No, I will go and I'll watch this in bed tonight.
Have a look at it, man. It's pretty good what he did with the Corbell's sphere. What he found out, it's pretty interesting.
The Bet sphere.
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought when I saw it as well.
Do you know about the Bet sphere?
Yeah, of course I know about. I know about everything. I don't know lots, but I know a little bit about everything that gets me through conversations. That's where my intelligence.
That was interesting. That story that the Navy took that ball.
Yeah, it was what's his name as well?
Same.
Alan Hynek, wasn't it? Got his greasy little mitts all over it, and then they gave it back, and it wasn't the same again. And there was, looked like it'd been tampered. Clearly, they've kept that and give them a replica back.
Well, I think as far as what Nocturnal News has shown on this Corbell again playing games, he did a good job.
I don't
I don't know why they can't stop bullshitting.
I know. I just think they use. I like Jeremy Corbell. I do. And I like George Knapp. I think they are. I don't want to use the term useful idiots because I don't think they're idiots. But
no, they're not idiots.
No, they're not. They're not.
No. But in all essential purposes, I think that's what they're being used as. I think they're being fed information. I no idea. If I knew that, I'd probably be Kennedy'd. I think they're being fed information by people, and I think they're doing what you would do as journalists. They are being given information that other people aren't privy to, and they are releasing that information. So, in their respect, they're doing their job. But like we're talking about the same type of military intelligence that literally sent a man insane by lying to him about UFOs.
Okay.
This is the level of people we're dealing with.
I'm not promoting this guy, okay, by no means. But have a look at what Nocturnal News did.
I don't know who that is.
What's he done? Is he done? Do you not like the Knock?
No, I do like him. I don't know how to say, but this video that he's done on this thing, he's actually researched it. It's a good job.
He's done some really good videos. He has done some really good videos. I'll definitely give him that. But we've had a couple of run-ins in the past, but we're good at them. Well, been good for a while now.
I'll give him man a credit. I'll give him man a credit where credit is due. In this one, he's done the research, man. To expose something, he's done the research. And I'm not. So I'm not gonna. I don't want to say no more on this other than. Oh God! Just watch the video, Ollie. If you know him, watch the video.
Watch it. We will watch the living shit out of that video.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah. So people, we've been going 1 hour and 47 seconds, and Lisa's just come in with a super chat just before the end of the show.
Oh,
thank you so much, Lisa. We appreciate you and your little. Is that a spaniel, Lee? It's a spaniel.
It's an ugly dog.
It's not. It's no. She's just super chatted. You can't say it. I love. My grandma had 3 Cocker Spaniels. And
how many people?
They are the most loving dogs ever, and they smell like biscuits. Well, my grandma's dogs, yeah, like digestive biscuits. They do.
I love the fact that you think a breed of dog smells like biscuit. Is it a particular type? Digestive biscuits, did you say?
Yeah.
Right.
Spaniels smell like... They've got that digestive biscuit smell.
How do you feel when you eat a digestive biscuit?
I love digestive biscuits.
The Japanese chin. Thank you again, Lisa.
See, Lisa agrees with me.
A Japanese chin? I've never heard of that. It looks like a Cocker Spaniel. It's a beautiful dog. Ignore Lee.
So, do you want to do a poll?
Lee's a cat man. I've got 2 cats.
I hate no. Whoa. I've got 2 cats, but I'm still a dog man. It's just impractical for me to have a dog. If I could trade my cats in for a dog, I would do it tomorrow.
That's wrong. I don't dislike my cats. It's just
I would feed my cats to a dog if I could.
They're just so fucking selfish. They are the most selfish creatures. Where is it? Somewhere. So selfish, little bastards. They just all they do is come in for food, scrat at your sofa or whatever. Sometimes puke in the corner.
I don't understand. What is it with cats and throwing up all the time?
I don't know.
It's hairballs. It's hairballs. They got to get rid of the, when they're licking, they got to get rid of the hairballs, or else that's a big operation.
Wouldn't that be rubbish? Yeah, the Egyptians liked a cat, didn't they? Wouldn't it be awful if the Great Pyramid was just a massive big scratching post?
Indeed.
It has been with all the water that's flooded through it. That's scratched away there.
So would you like to do a poll then, Ollie? One final poll before we go about the TikTok.
About TikTok?
Yeah, could it be from undersea civilization?
I'll tell you what. If I had that poll, do you know how long it takes people to answer a poll?
A year or two.
It takes like a good the show's coming to a closure. What do you want the poll to say?
Never mind.
Does the TikTok is?
Oh, see, they want a poll.
See, people are excited. People like a poll.
See, I like that about the underground.
What's the poll?
And you saying about that video, that adds mystery to it, that you can't find it nowhere, but you clearly remember it. There's articles talking about it.
Yeah.
Where he said he came across the underground civilization. Because there's been things when many sailors from old have reported in their quests to discover that they were followed by lights in the sea. Have you heard of these stories? But we have mistook them for UFOs. But what if they were what they were? Some underground, sent from some underground civilization to track them.
Yeah.
And maybe some of these things that we seem capable of going through water without making such a great splash. Just if they were gliding.
Is that what Krakens were? Like we hear stories about Krakens. Were they some sort of like defense mechanism for these places? Is it where we get the? We get the people talking about Atlantis and stuff like that? It's you have stories like 60,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I know they are genuine stories, but we've had this fascination with. Even before submarines were things we could use, we had this fascination with going underwater and like living and surviving down there. You wonder where those stories come from. Probably just our imagination, but it's fun to think about.
Lee, we're gonna have to do a show on I think that could be a must-see audio one on the Kraken.
I think we could definitely do an Atlantis one.
Yeah.
Atlantis is quite interesting, and again, the Emerald Tablet has quite a good tell about Atlantis and Thope.
Hidden, send me loads of videos on this Emerald Tablet. I want to watch.
Leave me alone, man. No.
I don't mean now. I mean just after the show, so I can binge it.
No.
I definitely want it.
Look into it for yourself, man. It's a part of history, a part of knowledge.
I trust
I don't have the time. I don't have the time, my friend. You have to look into this, man. And
that UFO chick, forget putting the channel up first. I want you on the show. We need to get you on the show.
Yes.
No, get the channel up first, yeah, because that makes sense. But yeah, want you on the show. Love to get that UFO chick on the show. People, I'm going to say good night, God bless and mind the bugs don't bite and all that jazz. Before I do that, Lee, what's happening on Sunday, my lad?
Sunday, I'm going to do a show with David for Black Star Paranormal.
I should be able.
Are you going to come on it?
I think I'm free. I am free this Sunday.
Sorry, yeah, I feel bad now. I feel bad saying that. I just didn't.
I'm not 100%. I'm not 100%. Not 100%. But I might pop in.
Is this because at the beginning of the last show I pointed out to Alien Addict that I'm the new alpha of the team? Is that?
Yeah. I got pissed off a bit.
Yeah, you upset with that.
A little bit jealous.
Yeah. You wouldn't do anything about it because you're a bitch. But we're going to talk about the what Earth would do if we were faced with a alien threat. As was it Reagan that said that?
It was Reagan that said that.
Yeah.
Well done, mate.
Yeah. So no, I'm looking forward to that one. It's going to be good fun. It's going to be like, it's going to be almost make believe conversation.
Oh, Dave's going to be
so
wired on that show.
he is going to be wild. It's going to be ace. I am genuinely fascinated. It's one of the reasons I thought about doing the show. I'm genuinely fascinated about knowing how Dave's mind works, how he believes that the US government would handle that situation.
I'm interested how the Brits would handle that situation.
Badly right now. Oh no! Well, it would either be badly or would give them council houses. One of the two.
Oh dear me!
We'll put them on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Would prove out most cheaper.
Yeah. What Venus you're from? Oh, so look, we'll just have to put you in a hotel for now, but we'll sort it out. Don't worry about it.
See, the UFO. He understands how me and Lee feels. Hail Dave. Oh dear me!
Oh right,
Hidden.
I've had my fucking intergalactic Farage moment. I'll shut up now.
Hidden. Are you launching a new video? Is anything in the works?
No, not at all. It's
coming, people.
Full of flares.
See, he waits for the good stuff, then he puts it out. Go subscribe to Hidden Underbelly. It is in the description, people.
Stay away. Don't. He's a piece of shit, man. Don't watch him. He's a grifter.
He's a beautiful man. Stay tuned to Alien Addict. And people, if you want to support the show further, you can go check out the merch store, which is in the description below. There is t-shirts on there. You can get yourself one of the Element 115 ones.
I can fly.
I can fly, yeah. There's a lot of designs on there, people. You can just go on and yes.
Sorry, I'm half reading the chat here. I've just derailed your advert for merch.
Corbell.
Apparently, there's a UFO convention in Manchester in August.
Oh, we're doing that.
Take me, sweetie.
We're doing that. Just come stay at my house, Lee.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm not going to pay for a hotel.
Saying that, we'll stay in Manchester. It's quite far from here.
Well, I can come to yours. Would we drive or get a train?
No, our drivers. We'll get a hotel. Or and saying that, I know a good mate of mine lives in Manchester. Actually, he's got a little. He's got a flat. Well, it's not a flat. It's kind of like an apartment thing. It's quite cool.
How much are tickets?
I don't know. I've just seen UFO chick talking about it in the comments before. Just there.
Biggest in Europe.
I think we'd get them free, won't we? Just say who I am. I'm Alien Addict.
Do you know who I am?
Give me.
You sound like a Karen already.
I'm Alien and he's the addict.
Yeah. I'm the guy that made Brent look like a prick on my show. Give me a ticket. Blake.
Blake.
Which one?
Blake. I don't dislike Blake.
Liar.
I don't. I genuinely don't.
Liar.
Love the man.
You said this would be a drama-free zone.
It is.
I'm just sowing the seeds so Ollie can farm the drama.
You promised me in our waiver.
Lee said he'd only merge the channels if I keep the drama. He said, "Bring back the drama." Right.
Oh, it's professional shit talker. That's what it is.
We're gonna shoot. Make sure you like, share. If you made it this far and you've not liked the video, get it liked, thumbs up and all that jazz. Share it out to your friends. Whatever this has been, it's just a talk show. We start off with a thumbnail and then we just go from there. Usually we can start off with a flying saucer attached to a train station, and we can definitely get into shadow figures or dinosaurs. That's the way it goes, people. Good night, God bless. Mind the bugs don't bite. I'm Alien Addict. This is Must See Audio, my partner in crime. And Hidden.
Yay.
The lad below, who is a little bit stoned right now. Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.